Hello and welcome to another video edition of Quad Radio. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Noah Mickelson, and we come to you today from the Phoenix Racing Shop in beautiful Salisbury, North Carolina, as the Quad Radio Roadshow rolls on. And, of course, we talked to Noah today. We welcome you to the new Quad Radio. We welcome you to your new race shop, man. We've been talking to some of the other guys, and this is pretty cool, man. I mean, you guys have got a golden opportunity and a great place to come ride and race and prepare yourselves for the upcoming season. Noah, tell me what it's like for you, man, because this is all a lot of new stuff, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the whole new team is awesome. A bunch of people behind me on that, and I mean, it's a fresh start, so I mean, nothing can go wrong.
Well, that's true. You talk a fresh start. Let's back up and talk a little bit about last year. I know the off season there were a lot of changes and things like that took place. We talked about those and a lot of different team shifts and stuff, and you were involved in that. Last year had a phenomenal year in the B classes, if memory serves me correct, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got both my championships in B class, so I'm pretty pumped about that.
And that's pretty exciting. I mean, thinking about it, because I remember talking to a few folks whenever the season got started. We were about 3, maybe 4 races in, and I was talking to somebody, and they said, yeah, you know, if I'm on the same straight that Noah's on, then I feel like I'm really doing what I need to do. People started setting their level of performance by judging how close they could get to you, man. I mean, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome. I never thought at any point in my career of this I would be doing this well. So, I mean, it's awesome to hear people say that about me.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, last year, you've always been a phenomenal rider. There's no doubt about it. But there was a switch that flipped last year. Maybe it was being in the bigger classes on the bigger bikes and things like that. But take me through it, man. I mean, from that first race on through the season, I mean, what was it like the first race for you going out there?
Well, I mean, the first race I didn't know quite what I was capable of, so that was a good starter for me. But after that, I just kind of just tried to, you know, just keep going forward and training a little bit. But, I mean, I think probably the main reason that I went from, you know, probably like a 4th to 1st is just riding. That helps tremendous.
Riding and being from Minnesota, Wisconsin area up in the Great White North this time of year, you guys didn't normally get a chance to do a lot of riding in the off season. How did you do so much training before last season?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to ride in Minnesota during the winter, but we went down to Texas and we've been training there for like the past 4 years or whatever. So, I mean, that's really helped being able to ride all winter.
So going to Texas, now you shifted gears a little bit. You're down in North Carolina, and I gotta think you don't have to do any traveling anymore to go train. I mean, you go to school, you can get out of school, and you can go train, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing online school now,
you?
so yeah, so I can go to the track whenever I want as long as I have my computer with me. So that's a plus, and helps that there's a track just 10 minutes away from my house too.
That's awesome. So we saw that things went well. We know that there at the beginning of the season, a little bit of a surprise, I think, for you and everybody. But as the season wore on, let's talk about last season. I did want to talk a little bit about that. Toward the end of the championship, man, did you feel stronger? Did you feel any competition? Did you feel the people were getting faster and starting to dial your number in a little bit?
I definitely felt like people were getting faster. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I was doing pretty good, getting whole shots and winning easy. But towards the end of the year, the people figured out that they weren't as good as me, I guess, at the beginning. I don't want to sound like cocky or anything, but they've tried to figure that out. And then towards the end of the year, we got Cody Ford and Grayson Eller. They were all catching me, so it's very cool to see how much they progressed throughout the year. No
doubt. And there you went through the end of the year, and did you win the championships, I guess?
I did. I won the Open B and 450B.
Okay. That was pretty exceptional, I think. You had to be pretty pumped up about that. Then the changes came. As we were talking, I talked to your brother, and we've talked to a lot of people, a lot of shifts throughout the entire ATV racing field. I think, I keep saying it, I think they were all good moves for every team and everybody that was involved in it, to be honest with you. But I know that there was, I'm sure that sense of impending doom in the very beginning, huh?
Yeah, I mean, from when we started, it was just, just a couple of people, but then it just slowly grew, the River team. So, and towards the end of the year, it was there was a bunch of people, and it was kind of hard to talk one-on-one with like people who were setting up your bike. So I mean, it's nice being on this team, only having 3 other riders, so that I can actually talk to people and get my bike set up the way I want.
Right. And to be honest with you, you made a couple of changes before you actually got to this point this year. I mean, there were a couple of shifts for you. I think when I first talked to some folks in the early part of the off season, you were originally going to be running with the Ford brothers, I understand, right?
Yeah, I was on their team. I raced the Pro Challenge, and their bikes felt awesome, but once Davey quit, a spot opened up on this team, and it was just better for the family, having been with my brother.
Right. It only makes sense. I mean, and I'm sure that, the Ford saw it. Well, they got 2 boys themselves, so I'm sure they understood that. Yeah. I thought it was really neat that you were the biggest competition they have, and they invite you in to be a part of their program. I think that's neat because obviously they want to help you excel and the sport and their riders excel at the same time. I think it was a good idea and a good mix and a good match for you guys to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was an honor to come onto their team, like riding against Cody Ford all year. You'd think maybe I wouldn't be the #1 selection for their new team, but I mean, it was actually really cool that they did that.
It is. Now, obviously the changes took place, and whenever you got the word that everything was shifting to where you could ride with your brother, let's talk about when you made your move down here to North Carolina and you walked into this awesome race shop for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, this race shop is phenomenal. I can't believe like what's going on here, but I mean, the first time coming down here, I was pretty excited to see like my new team and meet everyone. So I mean, I was pretty familiar with the Ellers, but not too close, and then got to meet everyone on the team, so got to talk to them, and it's awesome.
What's it like riding with Joel Hetrick?
It's pretty cool. I mean, he's really fast, so I can't really ride with him, but be on the same track with him and like that, it's pretty cool.
Now, do you feel that he's going to be an addition to your program? You think he's going to offer some advice if you ask him, if you guys go? Do you think he's going to be somebody you can work with in the future?
Yeah, I would hope he would help me out a little bit, but I mean, he's got his own thing going on, so I understand he's busy, but I mean, being a teammate, you could ask him for lines at a racetrack and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
So the camaraderie amongst the team is good?
Yeah.
I mean, you and Grayson get along great, obviously. I'm sure you and your brother have your squabbles, but you get along great, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man. I mean, and I think that's just got to give you a lot of incentive for this upcoming year. I mean, there's probably a couple of different reasons why you want to do well, but probably the biggest is you want to say thanks to the man that gave you this opportunity, I'd imagine, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, my dad, he helped a bunch on this. But David Eller, he pretty much brought me into this team, so I mean, I couldn't have done it without him.
Right. Now, what is the big picture for you? I mean, when you look at this season, are you thinking championship at the end of the year?
I mean, I'm hoping so, but I mean, you can never tell all the people training in the off season, so that's the best I could.
What have you heard about the other people?
Well, I mean, I don't really know, but I mean, I follow like Sky Volkamer and all them people that ran A-Class last year, and they've been training, so I mean.
So that's one person that I haven't even mentioned yet, and I haven't really had a chance to talk to. I'm going to have to get a hold of him because, man, that kid, he really came out of nowhere last year, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he was on the 300s like 2 years ago, and he won that, and it was really impressive seeing him come out in the A-Class and win it. Oh,
it was phenomenal. So you are going to have your work cut out for you this year.
Yeah.
Are you excited about it?
I am. I'm very excited.
What's the thing that excites you most about it?
I mean, just having the people out there that, like, they'll push me, and, I mean, they're not going to scare to give me a little bump on the track.
You'd like a bump every once in a while?
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
You think it inspires you? It doesn't scare you or anything?
I mean, depends on what point at the track you're doing it. I mean, maybe in the whole shot, that's accident, unless you, like, I mean, totally try to hit them out of the corner. But, I mean, over jumps, that's probably not okay. But into corners, stuff happens.
Do you like to feel somebody putting that pressure? Does that make you go faster whenever you got somebody doing that to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like someone, like, knocking on the back door. You just gotta go.
That's odd. That's funny because some people, that really throws people's concentration off. They don't want to be touched. But that right there, I can see where it would be kind of an inspiration for me too. Because I enjoy watching that, and I know the racing that I have done, not on in an organized manner, but the kind of racing that I've done, I always like that. Yeah. But anyway, that's great, man. I mean, so you've got a lot of great things laid out for you before you. What do you hope to achieve whenever it's all said and done? What do the next 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? What are you hoping to see down the road a little ways?
Well, at some point, I'm hoping to be able to race and compete with my brother. I mean, he's really fast, so that'd be pretty cool, and get into Pro-Am. But, I mean, probably first place in the next 4 to 3 years in Pro-Am would be very cool, because I know everyone in there is very fast.
So, and win that championship, I guess, and then how many years do you think it'll be before you'll be get a taste of what the AMA Pro ATV class is like?
I mean, I don't think I could judge that, but I mean, from how fast Joel is, I don't know. That's a hard goal.
Now you can't always set everything based on Joel, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean he is at the top of the charts there. But regardless, I mean, but you are looking forward to moving up through the ranks and taking this as far as you can take it, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I mean, coming into pro sport, that's kind of a big jump for me. I mean, I know it's just like another A class, but that's what all the fast A class riders ride, so that'll be a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. You've really dedicated a lot to this, haven't you? You and your family have dedicated a lot to this. I mean, moving and relocating and basically, I think making your life work around the racing. I mean, it's devotion.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was little, this is what we've been doing, and so I mean, I've been in it for so long. It's unbelievable.
Would you change it?
I don't think I would.
If you could change it, what would you change about it?
I don't know. I guess if I could change one thing throughout the year, it'd be where I would live. I feel like if I would have lived somewhere where it wasn't so cold in the winter, I could actually ride. I think I could have progressed a little bit faster than I have.
Well, here you are, man. You got your present. Unwrap it and enjoy it, man. Because you're in North Carolina, you got all the right tools.
Yep.
Man, I get goosebumps just thinking about that. To be honest with you. Now, all right. So anybody that that you need to send any special thanks out to or shout outs to that's helped you out throughout your career recently or a long time ago, or something that just stands out that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, my mom and dad, they've literally put their entire life into it. My brother, he's helped me through everything. He's the one that's made me this fast. And I mean, Richard Gillette, he progressed my riding for the last 4 or 5 or however many years. So, I mean, it's cool that he brought us this far.
And you've had a good ride so far, man. I think you got a good road ahead of you as well. And that to me has got to be exciting from your standpoint. You're how old? 17?
Yes.
17 years old. You've basically got the world in your hands right now, man. So mold it and make it and shape it the way you want to, all right?
Yeah, I will.
All righty, buddy. Have a good time. That's Noah Mickelson. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is the new Video Quad Radio.